Hello everyone, my name is Joanne and welcome to Eastwell Farm. Eastwell Farm is a small acreage of about 6 acres and we have 18 alpacas at the moment, a couple more due hopefully, and we are here in North Down and Ards near Carrador. So we would come onto the farm. We don't live on the farm, so we'd come down to the farm every morning and we would give them some hard feed and make sure they've got plenty of hay and make sure that there's no strange behaviour from alpacas, so that they're all doing okay. And we're usually here for about 45 minutes just feeding them all. And that's about it for the rest of the day, and we usually feed them in the evening as well, especially if we have any pregnant ones.
Tell me, Joanne, why alpacas? Why did you decide on alpacas?
So that's a very good question, and the answer to that is I do not know. I was just sitting one evening and I said to my husband, that is what I'd like to do. I'd like to buy some land and I'd like to keep alpacas. So that's exactly what we did. We got hold of the land in January in 2020, just before lockdown, and we acquired 4 alpacas just before lockdown. The 4 alpacas were pregnant, so that took us up to 8. We bought another 2, and then now we're up to 18 with ones that have been born on the farm.
And what has been the main, has there been any sort of problems involved with keeping alpacas at all?
I think that the weather seems to have brought some problems because they can get skin problems with all of the rain. So we've had a couple of issues with that. Birthing sometimes can go really, really well and really, really easily, and sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. So if you're keeping alpacas and don't intend to have any cria, that's the name of baby alpacas, then it's a lot easier than if you do want to increase your herd and do it yourself. Started off with 4 pregnant ladies in the March of 2020, and then by the summer of 2020 with 4 cria, so we were up to 8.
Right. And did you get them in Ireland or?
We did. We got them from Amberley Alpacas down towards Clocker.
Right, okay. And you've obviously got your own males you use for your breeding program at the moment.
We did. So the first year we had 3 boys and 1 girl, and we kept those 3 boys. The following year we added on another boy, and then last year we added on another boy. So we've currently got 5 boys that we can use as studs, but as time goes on we probably need to be a little bit more selective, but we're waiting to see what their babies look like first and take it from there.
I can see obviously your numbers growing, Joanne.
Yes.
And it is, like we discussed earlier, it is a very addictive animal.
It's extremely addictive. If you've got 6 acres of land, you can potentially have 6 alpacas per acre, although that is quite a lot. So on our 6 acres we can go up to about 24, and we will probably do that. We're also looking at buying some more land because we need more land for more alpacas, like I said.
I know I asked you earlier, do you shear your own or do you get a contractor in to do it?
No, you get a specialised shearer in to do that.
And do you sell your wool?
We don't sell our wool. Well, I do sell it I've sold it to people who craft. And people who produce their own, who spin and produce their own fleeces. So we do tend to sell the raw fleece to anyone who would be interested.
Tell me, what's your long-term plan then? To have thousands of alpacas or?
Well, we're a bit restricted on that, so we hope to go up to about 24 altogether, and then if we keep having cria, we will have to ultimately sell some. But I'm not ready to do that yet because I adore them so much. I just don't want to sell, but we probably will have to at some point.
Okay, and you do events here, don't you? You do cater for
we do
visitors.
Events, we do birthday parties, we have groups coming down for special events. We have the WI coming down in a few weeks. We have a lady who does well-being courses, and she's having a day here for the summer solstice. We take our alpacas to weddings, we take our alpacas to things that the council ask us to go to. So we can bring our alpacas to you, provided there's the space.
Are the alpacas aggressive at all?
Not generally, but if you are trying to catch them and do something to them, they can spit at you, but it's not every alpaca will spit. And in the general run of things, alpacas don't tend to spit at all. They tend to spit at each other if they're having a bit of a fight, or if mum wants another alpaca to stay away from the baby, then they'll spit at the other animals, but they tend not to spit at us. Saying that though, whenever we've been doing some husbandry with them and they don't like it, you can and you need to stay out of, you need to stay away from them, because it absolutely stinks.
Yeah.
It absolutely stinks. But no, they are not generally aggressive animals.
And you've obviously got your own vet you call on when there's any problems.
Yes, we do.
What you can't deal with yourself. But has that been a problem at all, finding a vet who knows about alpacas?
We are very fortunate here in that Jubilee Vets in Newton Ards have a specialist alpaca vet, and they're also bringing another girl along as well. So she's been to conferences and things. She's been doing training. She's been coming along with Gareth and seeing how things are done, so that if Gareth ever retires and there's somebody to come along behind him, which is absolutely brilliant.
That is good, yeah, that's good to hear. Now, you've got the males separated. You're
Yes.
obviously the ones which, because they can't mix with them all year round, can they not?
No, you would always keep the males separate,
Yeah.
because the poor ladies would be exhausted,
Yeah.
and the males would probably be too.
So your breeding sort of program, are they let in with the females once a year, or how does
We
that?
would actually bring the boys to the girls. So we'd have the girl in the shelter and would bring the boy to the girl.
Right.
And that would just be a one-off. Alpacas are spontaneous ovulators. So they will ovulate in response to the boy being brought to them. And if you do what's called a spit off, so if you bring the boy back to the girl after a week and the alpaca spits, then that means that they have ovulated. And if you bring them back again a week later and the lady alpaca spits, then that potentially means that they are pregnant, and that can be 95% accurate.
Right.
Of course, we also do an ultrasound just to see if they are definitely pregnant as well.
Okay. Joanne, it's been a pleasure to talk to you about the alpacas, because it's a learning curve as well. And thank you ever so much for your time and taking time to talk on camera. And I'm going to take some pictures and some film with your lovely animals.
Lovely, and thank you for coming down
Thank you.
to ask me the questions. It has been lovely.
Thank you.